It is Stars Without Number, Fels Rising, Session 6. Time for the recap. Hopefully we can remember something that happened.
We drove back across the no man's land zone and went to see the Porcelain Prince, but stopped at the gorge first to see if there was an easy way to cross it. Krieg walked down the side of it using his telekinetic powers. There was really nothing down there except screaming, so we walked back up. We drove across the bridge as the barbarians attacked it. We went to the Porcelain Prince's city, where it seems as though everybody is made of the population is mostly cat people. So we didn't want to take a guide with us, but they kept offering us guide services. So Mike ran over one several times.
Yes, he did.
We then made our way to the inner part and talked to the Porcelain Prince, who seemed like he was interested in possibly entering some sort of alliance, but then told us like he wanted to go meet with General Marquardt. We were given a room to wait in. We were then warned that we were going to be killed. We had to get out of there. We decided that probably means he was the Porcelain Prince was now unavailable. No one could tell us where he was. So we believe he was going off to attack our settlement. So we broke out of there. And as we were driving away, the anti-aircraft guns apparently turned into just regular guns because they're like aiming at us now. So even though we are not an aircraft.
Well, they were sheds that like converted to guns, and like even on the other side, like they were like ground level because they fired at the barbarians.
Or, right, but like even the admin notes say anti-aircraft weapons.
Yes, so it should be effective against your vehicle.
A couple things that add is in the beginning.
Maybe they'll just take out the balloon.
For all that work.
Yeah, in the beginning, we headed back to. We were trying to fix the balloon because it had a big hole in it from the scuffle and the encounter before, and we did double it, Big Muslin, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you had various names, yeah.
And let's see. The people who were stationed at the bridge on the southern side, so the side that's not where the Porcelain Prince was, mentioned that they were there for 30 years. And he was wearing a Sindhu military belt, but he'd never heard of Sindhu before.
Mm-hmm.
And he never met the Porcelain Prince. Just got messages from them. The land as we crossed the bridge, got to the other side, and we were heading towards the Porcelain Prince's palace, it turned lavender gradually. And there were spiny trees with orange lichen all over them, with big. There was like fields for agriculture, with bright green things growing on the ground, and translucent watermelons. I think we ate one actually while we were in the palace.
Yeah, it had like a slug in it.
Yeah, there was. We got to see the rain in action, where it just like. The sky like darkened, then poured, and then disappeared. One of the things that, as we were talking with the Porcelain Prince, Xavier used her Oracle ability, the Oracle, ability to see what would happen if she tried to take off the mask of the Porcelain Prince. Because they have this long silver mask, and she saw that the entire palace would vanish and they'd be in a crater, and she'd be stricken with pain. So the Porcelain Prince knew Sindum back when Nightshade was in charge, which was ballparked at about 150 years prior, Sindum years, or yeah, I don't know if Sindum years are the same as the intergalactic. I forgot what the acronym is, but the intergalactic organization that it's not.
ICAAOS.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like ICAAOSO years or if it's Sindum years, but it's 150 of them. So the reason we left is Cecil. Well, he was the initial cap that we ran over that was trying to get recruited for us to like be our guide, but the one that we ended up taking, we saw him like waving and like jumping because we weren't on the ground floor. I think we were a little above. He was like waving and saying like get out. So we did, and then we found out that after talking to him, he was just asking. He was just saying, "Did you like not that we needed to get out of the palace, but did you get my name out there or something like that?" But
yeah, he wanted to know about his credentials.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we were under the impression that like we were supposed to leave presumably soon to go back to hitch a ride back to our camp with the Porcelain Prince to kind of introduce him to Markwar, but then no one showed up, and then we got the sense that maybe I think I don't know if we all got a vision. I remember Xavier got a vision of like the camp burning.
And yeah, Kime also had a premonition that they vanished and no one believed that he met the Porcelain Prince.
So yeah, that's when we were like, oh, maybe he is or has gone or is going to go attack the settlement. So we left, got Big Hustlin out of there and Big Muslin, and then everything disappeared. And that's where we're at.
All right, so you are approaching as the sky has turned beige. You are approaching the guard shack with the soldiers who have taken defensive positions, driving up towards the bridge. Kime is on the roof.
We keep going. The bridge is the only way out of here.
Shouldn't we attempt to talk with them? Perhaps we can negotiate our way out. It is explain.
So far as I know, they have no reason to be aiming guns at us or detaining us at all.
So from the bridge, were you able to see the palace, like in the distance?
I think so. Very faintly, yes. Once you got on the obvious road.
Yeah. So, like, is it feasible to think that the people stationed at the bridge would have seen that like it just disappeared?
Yeah, that would be a reasonable assumption, yeah.
Oh, did the palace disappear?
Yeah, the palace is gone, yeah. It had vanished.
They may just have standing orders to target anyone coming that is not friendly or doesn't appear to be one of their the Porcelain Prince's escapade or vehicles. Or
Well, we can stop and talk to them if you like. but that is still the only way out of here.
Well, if we continue to drive through and they disable Big Hustlin, then we are stuck on the bridge with aircraft guns pointed either side, and our only way will be to jump off.
Well, I'll be fine. I'll just walk down the side. I mean, is there an alternative plan?
So I knock on the roof. Guy, is there any other way across the bridge? Have you been outside of the city walls?
No. This seems very dangerous.
Not that I can think of.
So that link is like the weapons. When I talk about anti-aircraft guns, that's what they look like.
Meat choppers.
Kind of, sort of like that.
So I guess I would just tell Skrillex to, drive, but reasonably slowly so that we don't look threatening. I don't know how fast that is, and it probably makes us an easier target to hit.
And I mean, Xavier, I think Xavier would like kind of lean out the window and kind of wave her arms, like, don't, and like a gesture of like, don't shoot.
Okay. Want to do a talk or lead, maybe? I'll even give you a lead.
I guess they're both equally bad for me, so we'll go with lead. It's a solid 5.
Okay. So you see the soldiers all taking positions, and a couple of them come, 2 of them come in a group, duo, with their weapons drawn, covering each other. And he's like, "Are you surrendering?"
We wish to gain passage back across bridge.
Our orders are to execute.
Why would you execute us?
That's what we were told.
Were you told to execute us specifically, unless we surrender?
We consider you that. I mean, you could surrender and then we could execute you. It'd make it a lot easier.
But was this order only about us and not about just anyone who approaches the bridge?
Well, we could probably just shoot the cat lord for the hell of it. Yeah, specifically your vehicle and those inside. Orders from the porcelain prince himself. I didn't take the phone call. It was relayed to me.
Well, we'll just drive back and see about these orders. And I'll tell Gulix to turn this car around.
All right. And Skrillex turns and starts to reverse. They take a couple shots, and then after they start shooting, the whole collection of them start firing various rounds at the vehicle as you drive away in reverse. So both you guys give me a D20 roll.
Oof, 1.
7.
So the rounds land way off. In fact, one of the guys who was out in front, who was taking a knee firing, both of those guys gets clipped by the anti-aircraft gun, and they're just like cut in half and are now dead as you drive away. See, a 1 helped you.
Just automatically programmed to think, oh shit, I got a 1. I'm screwed now.
From the you can see coming from where along the gorge is like a storm that has drawn up. It's like, it looks like a huge dust storm, and it begins to start heading in your direction.
It look like it's coming from the place where the porcelain prince, or like where the castle was?
No, it looks like it's coming from.
Because like there's the chasm, which is to the south of where we're at.
Right.
And there's the porcelain prince, and then we're like in between that. So
Yeah, so it'd be coming from like the southeast, going southwest. So it's coming along near the chasm, like going. It's probably going to cross right near where the guys on the bridge are. And it seems really big. It's huge. It's just rolling up all this dirt and stuff. It's just into a big cloud and just kind of rolling.
So then I will tell Skrillex to drive in such a way that the storm has to go across as much of the bridge as possible to get to us. If we're going to be taken out, they might as well be taken out too.
So what do you want him to do?
So if it's coming out of the gorge, he should turn and drive essentially parallel to the gorge, get close to the edge of the gorge and drive parallel to it so that it has to run into the bridge.
is it following us, or do we just see it?
You just see it right now.
Okay.
But I assume it's going to chase us.
It could
not
just be
just-
rolling
not just
rolling
weather.
across. Yeah. That's fair. Yes, and as soon as if this storm, as soon as it hits bridge, let us drive across. The guys will not be able to see us with their guns. Perhaps we
Okay.
can make it.
So the top X that doesn't have the circle is where the porcelain prince's palace was. The X that has the circle is where you guys are. And then that's the bridge, and then you can see the storm. And it's headed in that direction.
So it's headed between us and the bridge.
Yep.
Maybe we just wait for it to for it to get closer, and then just drive straight through.
Sure, we could try that.
Dust.
We could try that. That sounds as good a plan as any, since we don't have one right now.
All right. So you're instructing Skrillex to drive into into the storm and through across the bridge, or wait for it to pass and then cross the bridge?
Into
Through
the
the
storm.
storm and then across the bridge.
Okay. So he turns and puts Big Hustlin with Big Muslin attached. What? No, you left Big Muslin on the other side
Yeah,
of the
that's
gorge. Okay. And begins to accelerate and drives towards this huge storm. It just looks like a huge sandstorm with all sorts of dirt and debris in it. And you hit it. You see sparks of energy inside the storm. And as the storm begins to disappear, you are now driving on a road. It looks like a very familiar beige sky with traces of lavender clouds. And to your left, looks like a giant city that's got plumes of smoke. And you can hear this racket, and you realize there's a huge net that is now on your vehicle with all sorts of debris stuck to it, and it's making a big racket.
Question after the palace disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
Before we did this, was the landscape still lavender? Like, did we see lavender with like the orange lichen? And...
Yeah. The landscape still stayed the same. The sky just changed.
Okay. So now we see the city, or a city.
You see a city, and you've never seen this city before. In the distance, it's got these huge smokestacks, and there's all these smoke coming from it. And there's a big net attached to the vehicle.
What do you mean? What do you mean attached? Like we're
Like,
trapped
you're
in a
looking out
net,
the-
or we're dragging a net behind us?
You're
or-
dragging a net. Yeah, you can see various items and crap caught in it. You realize, that's it looks like a soldier's weapon, or bits of debris, sticks or something, and one of those crushed slug-like things. Because you can see it on the windshield. It looks like a fishing net.
I will turn the windshield wipers on to try to knock it off.
Yeah, it just it kind of pushes it around, and then kind of gets stuck, and it's like pulling the net.
Do we see any hint of a bridge or like soldiers or anything?
No.
And you said we still saw there's we're seeing we're still seeing the lavender trees.
You don't see any trees. You see a beige sky, but it has lavender clouds in the distance.
But it looks like a different planet.
No, it doesn't look like a different planet. It looks, it's the same kind of drab brown landscape when you crossed over with, where the cutters and everybody was before it was changed. It looks kind of like that for right now, yeah. But it looks like you're in a different place.
Okay, so we don't see a gorge at all.
No.
This is... Now, does the city, from what we can tell, is it kind of do we see, is it like a walled kind of a medieval city? Is it like does it look like it has like a similar architecture from the Porcelain Princess city?
No, it looks like something probably similar to some of the smelting plants on Sindum. Like almost like factories.
So I guess that's the way we drive. It's the only thing. Or we could stop and check out this net.
Let us. I would be in favor of trying to see what is in this net and maybe take it off. It is, at least there seems like there could be some good stuff in there. Maybe we can use it to trade.
So I guess we stop and pull the net off the car.
Yeah, as you get out, Kime is like stuck to the net, and he's like struggling to get out, and then he's like pawing at a piece of the net that's come loose, like a string, and he gets all excited.
Kime, what happened?
For a minute, we were on our way to the bridge, and next we are here. I've heard of these storms, but how long is my tail? Has my tail gotten any shorter? And he turns and shows you his tail.
Has it gotten shorter?
Did you notice how long it was before?
Yeah, I would just say I have no idea how long your tail was. So
he kind of looks. He's like, I think we've survived. Most who enter the storms die. We have survived.
You are a survivor. All of your people have disappeared.
He kind of looks at his tail again and said, "It has not cost me a life."
Now that you mention it, your tail looks very short.
Oh no! This is not good. Should only have been one.
So I guess I would start rummaging through like the stuff that we're dragging around us.
Yeah, in this net, again, is like some of those like watermelon slug things that have been like there's slugs now smashed to the side of the vehicle. There's bits of detritus, like bits of branches, like broken branches, burnt branches. What else?
There's there's like guns, like
there's
weapons.
A piece like a wheel, some kind of wheel that's stuck to it. There's one of the bikes got caught up in it. It's just like
those cast iron bikes.
Yeah, it's a unicycle. The bodies, body parts from one of those soldiers that was hit by the anti-aircraft gun is in it too.
What kind of wheel is it? Is it like a unicycle wheel or like a?
No, it looks like a wheel, like to a wagon or something. In the distance, you can see a person in robes and like has a mask and a hat and some kind of scarf and with a long like cord or string holding it, and he's running, like reeling in this string he's got.
How far away is this person?
Like 20 yards away. He's just like,
is he coming in our direction?
yes, because you realize that as you look that his string or whatever is tied to this net. I have claim to all that is in the net. And he's like,
I shoot him. He's trying to steal our net. 14 to hit.
He is hit.
7 damage.
He drops dead. When a big poof of dust hits the ground, comes up. Kime looks relieved. Oh, I did not want to be in service to the nomads. He gets up and starts to look around. We are far north. We're close to the Lost Horizon.
What is the Lost Horizon?
Sort of where the Ultraviolet Road ends. It's where sometimes the palace sits, and he kind of points in a general direction. The palace sometimes sits up here.
Does the palace change locations?
Yes, it does.
Does this happen often?
Every once in a while.
Is there something that usually prompts the changing of places?
The whim of the porcelain prince.
Ah.
I'm going
What
to
is
walk
this?
over and check out this guy I shot.
Okay.
What kind of mask does he have?
He's got like some kind of he's wearing a air filter mask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he looks I mean, if you were to take off the mask, he looks human.
So not one of the actual barbarian tribes.
Correct.
So I guess I would search him and see what else he has on him.
You find like some coins. He's got some coins on him. They've got the face, so it looks like the porcelain prince on it on one side, and the picture of like a very bad impression of a dragon on the other side, similar to the illusion that he created.
Not that interested in the coin, so I probably just leave that behind and walk back. Tell everybody we should drive towards the city, since we need to get our bearings, and that's the only landmark. And stow the net and whatever the hell's in it.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of crap as Kime is still like pawing at the string every once in a while.
I'll put the net in Kevin's seat.
Yes. You load up everything, and Kime says that it's the Iron City.
Is there anything useful in the Iron City?
Well,
Okay, let's boil it down to this. How do we get back to where we were?
the Ultraviolet Road, where you have to take it south.
How far south is where we were?
Ponders to, I don't know. I traveled it once a long time ago.
But is it like hours or days or?
It'll take us a good while. But your vehicle goes very fast.
It does.
When you
for as
travel
long as
this
there's-
road,
It does for as long as there's batteries. So is it hours or days? What is a good while?
It would probably take days, I would say.
How long do our batteries last?
What is this, like 18 hours?
That sounds about right. Did you ask what the city? Did I ask Kyle what the city is?
It's
Or
the
if he's-
Iron City. That's as much as I know about it, though.
Do you know what this Iron City is?
Yeah, well, they make the bikes.
I see.
So it's not under the control of the Porcelain Prince, then?
He negotiates with them. I don't think he controls them.
Is it cat people, such as yourself, or is it like more like us, humans?
More like you. No cat lords would be seen in Iron City.
What would happen if they saw a cat lord in Iron City?
Don't know. We stay away. Tails can get caught in spokes.
Wow. I can't imagine there is anything cast iron that we might possibly need. So we might as well drive the big hustling as far south as we can get, since we are still ultimately going to have to get back south. We're not going to find batteries for it up here.
Definitely not. Guy, do you know what is beyond this, this end of the Violet Road, going north?
Going north, it's the Lost Horizon. There's nothing. It's the end.
Is it a chasm, much as the ones on the south?
It leads to a horizon that never ends. You leave and never return.
That sounds pretty nice, to leave and never return to this place. But alas, not the direction we are going. I agree. Let us drive back south and make it as far as we possibly can.
Okay. So so the road sort of splits and goes to the west, which would be to the Iron City. Kime says if you were to head to basically take the Ultraviolet Road, it's basically due south and points you in that direction.
That's the way we go, then.
Kai, when you traveled this land, have you, on the other side of the bridge, we ran into tribes who attacked us, mongrels, dog-faced masks. Are there attackers on this side? Are there mongrels or some other sort of group that partakes in similar actions?
Yes, it can be very barbaric here on the road. The princess has squashed many of the insurrections, but there are those who still work outside his power.
Good to know. Do you know if they ride these unicycles and cast iron bicycles as well? Or do they have different vehicles?
Their vehicles are run on some other energy source. They
Good.
have long since abandoned those bike things.
We shall keep. It will be good to keep an eye out then. No. And I guess Xavier would just kind of be alert and on guard, looking for dust plumes in the distance or any a sign of approach, as we're kind of making our way south.
Okay. So it is just like I said, just a beige like landscape of just rocks and other formations of stone. Every once in a while, you catch a glimpse of what looked like one of those nomads who Krieg dispatched earlier. Like they pop their head out and just kind of watch you go by. You come up to a wagon that's being pulled by some sort of beast with one big horn, and in the back look like a bunch of hairless monkeys. And looks like one of these nomads is like at the helm with has the reins.
What kind of monkeys? Like chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans?
They look like they look like spider monkeys, but they have no hair.
I was going to say, as a former player of an ape, none of what you named Duncan are monkeys. They're all apes.
That's fair.
If it's up to me, I would say just drive past them. I don't care about us monkeys. I don't need a monkey right now.
So yeah, it just looks like just a cart with just wooden wheels with some sort of beast. Looks like something of a ox, but it's got one big horn.
I mean, I guess I don't know how many days worth of rations everybody brought. That's the only reason I can think we might need monkeys.
Xavier's got 14 days. Or wait, yeah, 14 days of rations.
Yeah, so do I. And I don't want to, get whatever diseases this planet's monkeys have. I don't need to bring like the space aids back to the camp.
Well, we can avoid spreading space aids fairly easily. But yeah.
So
Yeah, I would agree with it, just ignoring driving past them.
okay. So yeah, you drive past. You go about 5 kilometers, and you begin to approach this large crater. And around it has a retaining wall. It's about 3 meters tall. And as you get closer, there's a drawbridge that is down. And as you kind of drive, you're catching view of this, like the side of it. It looks from this distance that there's a moat, but it doesn't look like there's any water in it. Kime says, "This is where the palace sits. We could speak to some of them, the cat lords in here."
What would the cat lords be able to do for us? Can they teleport us back to where we were?
No, of course not.
I see no
I mean,
palace.
if you would like to get off and go talk to the cat lords while we continue south.
Not particularly. I don't particularly trust them. Now that you mentioned it.
This makes 2 of us. I do not see a palace here. Unless my eyes deceive me.
No, it is not here. It will return at some point.
If it, are the cat lords remain, but when the palace disappears?
Yes, they do not accompany it unless they are inside, inside the palace somewhere.
Well, that makes sense. What do when the palace has disappeared before, because presumably it has, what have the cat lords done in such a case?
We have smoked our pipe and enjoyed our drink and told stories, and then the palace has returned.
I see.
Yes, you can see he's checking his tail again. He's like, has it gotten shorter? I think.
Barely, but yeah, a little bit.
Let us continue south then.
So yeah, you pass up.
Do we see any sign of the gorge?
No.
So I would also keep an eye out. I have no idea where the gorge starts, but it has to start somewhere.
We're still north of the gorge, right? Like we're back at where the palace was.
So as Kym has explained, the palace can teleport, and basically he says when it goes north, this is where it lands.
Oh, so this is one of the spots, not the spot where it was. So if this is a different spot, then there must be a third spot where the palace goes as well.
Yeah, one
it seems
unfamiliar with.
How many are you familiar with?
Just the one in the south. I've heard of this one in the north and traveled this road once when I was young.
It is what brought you up this way?
We decided to migrate for, as prophesized, we were supposed to move.
Prophesized by whom? The Porcelain Prince?
One of our soothsayers in the broken homes spoke of it was time to go north.
But then you returned south. It did not pan out.
Yes, it was not everything that they claimed.
I'm wondering why it is the Porcelain Prince is fashioning cast iron bicycles and selling them to the barbarians that often assault his bridge. I mean, presumably, if this other city where they're making the Iron City is way far to the north, then all of those bicycles have to pass through the Porcelain Prince's territory to get to the south, and the Porcelain Prince isn't stopping them.
So as you guys are driving in the distance, you see this big commotion, and you see two of those nomad guys, and there's a big net, and a familiar person is stuck in the net. Where is he? Is he there?
We run over the net.
Hello. All right, we'll stick with that because I'm guessing the voice on my phone probably isn't all that great. But
Nice. So we were just about to run Illumination Boy over.
Oh, yeah.
You were
I'll get my
trapped in
new
a net,
character.
and we killed the last guy who had a net.
So there's precedence.
To be fair, all we heard is there's someone familiar trapped in the net before I said we run it over.
So is this net being dragged by a different vehicle?
No, there you see a big plume of like dust and everything, and yeah, big plume of dust as something is rolling on the ground, and it looks like Illumination Boy, and he's caught in one of those nets that your vehicle originally was caught in, and you see two of those nomads like are running around like trying to grab it, but it's moving around too much.
That looks like Kevin.
What would Kevin be doing this far out?
Yeah, I thought he was. Wait, where was Kevin back at camp?
Yeah.
If he is here, that is not good. We
Well,
had
perhaps
no
he's
ship
here
to-
with perhaps he's here with others from the settlement. So I will lean out and shoot one of the guys who's trying to manhandle the net.
Okay.
It's 26 to hit, 6 damage.
You blast him. He hits the ground. Give me a D8 roll.
One.
Yeah, looks like you got a headshot, and he just kind of collapses to the ground.
Good shot. How does the other one react to this?
Excited because now he doesn't have to fight over the claim. It's just him.
And that's how Kevin became a slave.
I sent you a message, Brendan. I don't know if you saw it.
You're muted?
Thank you. Yep, that's a thing. Far out. Okay. When did I do that?
Just now.
Whoa.
So you realize that you're on the ground in some kind of net.
Oh, that's me in a net. Okay. I like slowly come to. I'm like, get off me, criminals!
There's a person standing there with a. Looks like they got like an air filter mask on, and some kind of cap and a cloak, and they pull out like looks like a knife, and they start affixing it to a long pole.
Oh no! Help me!
You guys can see this person doing this.
I'll pull out my laser pistol, which is not nearly as threatening as Krieg's.
Okay.
Take your hands off of him. He is ours.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
I'm just telling him facts. I'm not trying to intimidate. But he may interpret it as intimidation. So yeah, I guess I can intimidate him. Is that a talk roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a talk roll. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's a 9.
Yeah, it's not every day that he gets a find like this, and you whatever you said is not going to deter him.
So I'll shoot.
Okay, go ahead. Give me an attack roll.
Oh, red. Oh my god. I got skill points from the level up, and I made this thing like two modifiers, 2 plus 2 better, and I still got a 3. So yeah, this shot goes wild.
Yes, Kevin, laser blast shoots right near you and kicks up some dirt.
Oh, fit.
God damn it.
He reaches in his pouch and like pulls something out of a pocket. Looks like some kind of horn, and begins to blow on it. Go ahead.
I will get out. I will get out of the car at that point. I assume we're nearby.
Yes.
So I'm going to form my telekinetic blade and go up and try to kill him.
All right.
$14 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
11 damage.
Give me a D8 roll.
No, wait. I must have rolled the wrong die. 8.
So he's like blowing on the horn, and you come up with the forming the blade as he kind of like quickly hastily drops the horn and tries to put up his little staff there that's got the knife fixed to it, and you just cut right through that, and then just cut his whole leg right off, and he just kind of collapses to the ground and starts bleeding out everywhere. He's not blowing his horn anymore. It's fallen silent.
Kevin, are you here with some sort of expeditionary force from the settlement?
That's some criminal justice. Good work, Krieg. And I'm trying to trying to rip all this stuff up off my head. No, I was streaming to all my watches on this compad, see, and I may have got caught in a sandstorm while riding on a jetpack.
How long ago was that?
Some time ago, I think. I sort of hit my head on the way down.
Were you at camp?
I need help here, maybe.
Yeah. Hold on.
So okay. Oh boy. So there's an evil fortress over the camp, and I was sent to go get help. And that's when I got caught in a sandstorm. So I'm thinking the camp is compromised.
That seems likely. Who did they think would help?
Well,
I
they
mean,
did say there were other outposts out here.
There are groups of barbarians who think that where our settlement is hell, and so would never ever willingly go there. There's the Porcelain Prince, who's the one who's attacking our settlement, I'm pretty sure. And as far as we know, that's really it. There's apparently the Iron City that may not be under the Porcelain Prince's control, but they're days, apparently several days to the north.
Well, Lieutenant Marquardt, and I salute, thought it was a great idea to go look for help. Oh, that's us, and we're help.
I would think you would want more help than just the three of us.
We're pretty important, and I need my crew together to help bust criminals.
Well, we are quite far from the from where our camp is. We have a lot of driving to get there, and I don't even know if our car has enough battery to make it.
Wow.
But we can do what we can. Did you happen to hear word on whether or not any sort of bridge was constructed across the chasm, as we asked General Marquardt?
Probably not.
Then it will be harder. We'll have to do the tried and true rope trick.
In the
And-
distance, you hear a horn go off.
From which direction?
From beyond where these nomads were, looking to the east.
So when you say a horn, do you mean like you don't mean like a car horn, you mean like a handheld musical instrument horn?
Correct.
Well, we should probably move.
Yes. Come on, Kevin, get in here. And it's good to have you back.
I missed you so much. And I go to hug
Yes,
you,
yes.
but I'm really sweaty and gross.
Yes, and Xavier would put her hand out to keep you at arm's length,
And
she's done metaphorically for a long time.
and then I start kissing your hand.
I will bundle up the new net and put it on top of the old one in Kevin's seat.
Thank you for saving me, old nemesis Krieg.
Well, I figure you have so many followers now that probably had to.
I've got a few, but I think my compad's broken, and I tap it.
That's bad news for you because Marquardt's never giving out any more compads. He was confiscating the ones we found that we had.
That's not good.
You'll have to stream the old-fashioned way now.
Yeah, and by the way, Brendan, you had lots of followers when we left to come on this mission. Yeah,
Oh
you had
no.
accumulated lots and lots of followers.
I hope I remember my login details.
We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Is writing in a book and then publishing it for your followers to purchase at a later date.
Ah, that's a good idea. But I'm not very good at writing.
Fortunately, we have lots of time.
So set off again.
Okay.
Tell Skrillex to keep going south.
Okay.
So is this road we're on like an obvious road? Not
Yes.
the obvious road, obviously, but an obvious road.
Yes, it is. It's well worn. So you come up over a rise and you start heading down into like a valley area, and there is the remains of maybe like a dry lake, but there are little areas, little spots where it looks to be where there is some water. It looks very like light green, and you can see little places that look like mud that are just bubbling. The road just kind of leads around it.
So it's like a light green water that's
Yeah, it's-
bubbling.
And there are other
Yep.
places that looks wet. It's just bubbling like mud.
Okay.
So, you know, maybe we slow down to ensure we don't drive into the mud, but I think we continue on the road.
Yeah, the road goes around it. You can see a couple people out in these mud like flats, pulling something out and putting them in buckets.
Are we able to tell what they're pulling out?
From this distance, no. They look like the size of, look like they could fit in the palm of your hand.
I'll watch
Okay.
them with my binoculars to see if I can figure out what they're dragging out.
Looks like eyes.
Like human eyes?
Look like just eyeball. Yeah, like eyes.
Can
There's
you
more
see
reason
what
not
they
to
are
stop.
pulling out? Are they pulling it out of the mud or out of the green water?
Out of the mud.
That's right. Do the people look like the nomads?
Yeah, they do. They look very similar to nomads. They've got the air filters and the headgear and the similar cloaks.
Yes, let us continue.
So another, let's see, how far are you been going?
I'm going to continue to watch for like dust on the horizon.
Okay.
I would tell everyone my hope is that we can run into somebody who does have access to like a hydrocarbon powered vehicle, because then we can kill them and take that and drag this vehicle part of the way back, tow it rather than use its battery power.
Okay.
Or perhaps, if we are lucky, we can perhaps we can also like, I guess if everyone else keep an eye out for any sort of ruins, maybe there were fallen spacecraft that have dotted the landscape up north. Surely picked over, but maybe there's a fresh one, or there's like some parts that haven't been scavenged yet. That might also contain battery packs or ways that we can use, like so that scrolls can kind of come on, mash together for the vehicle, for big muslin. Oh, that's the name of the. Is that the name of the? Yeah, that's the name of the balloon. So Big Hustlin' and Big Muslin. The balloon is muslin.
There's a balloon. What's this
Well,
balloon?
we don't have the balloon with us, but that's how we got through the barrier between our camp and this side. Is we
Ah.
used a balloon to float through it.
Like a hot air balloon.
Right.
Yeah.
Except we can apparently like drive it in the direction we want to go.
Oh, okay.
So we had it. We left it on the other side, but we have it as like a way that we could like tow it behind Big Muslin or Big Hustlin, so we can get like an aerial lookout.
Hell yeah. You just tie it. Yeah, that's cool.
So as this dry lake bed becomes in the rear view, there is a building up ahead off to the side, and there is a set of like 4 or 5. They look like probably motorcycles. They're all sitting there, and the building looks to be about 3 stories tall, and it's kind of crooked, like it's got a lean to it, and there's a huge eye painted on the side of it.
Perhaps there's some sort of cult of eyes.
They seem to really like eyes.
Are they like the cast iron? Like, do they look like motorcycles that are driven? They're like cast iron bikes, or are they?
They look
more
like more like a
sophisticated, they have
motorcycle.
engines?
They look like more like a motorcycle. Yes.
Okay. It seems they have access to more sophisticated technology than the others we've seen so far. At least tech level 3.
Right. Some of the barbarians had access to powered vehicles. Guess they were getting them from up north too. It's too bad it's just motorcycles. I don't think they could drag Big Hustle on a motorcycle.
No, but they may have. Perhaps they could point us in a direction to securing a power source.
Yeah, that's possible. I don't necessarily know that they won't try to kill us, just because it seems to be what the barbarians do in this planet. But it's probably worth stopping.
Great. Kevin, you can lead the way.
Of
We
course.
really need to look into getting some sort of solar battery recharger.
All right, I'll make sure to ask them. And I march ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume we pull up and stop and get out.
Okay.
Is there like are the motorcycles just sitting there? Are they like chained to anything?
No, they're not chained. They're all in a line.
Is there like a yeah, sounds good. Just thinking of like us like kind of like putting the horse's reins around like a pole and like just like doing that for Big Hustling. You're muted, Kurt.
I assume that being from Sindhu, my look and have to fight the urge to just push the motorcycles over domino style.
You know, Jagger Fels definitely did that.
Yeah, I think we just walk in. Doesn't seem like this is the kind of planet where you knock.
Yeah.
Yeah. The door just kind of is barely on the hinges as you push it in and enter this what looks like a bar. There are 6 look like humans in their leathers and boots and spikes sitting at the bar. and one person behind the counter in some kind of, he looks like a back suit almost, you would guess. You've seen a back suit. But the face has been cracked and is all blackened in. You can't even see a face behind there. And the suit looks like it's got holes, and nobody would wear it for the protection. It looks worn out. But it seems to be moving and like serving drinks. They don't even acknowledge you coming in. They're just kind of sitting there having their own little conversations.
Yeah, I would manifest my armor before going in
Okay.
case this goes badly.
I would
I look to Kevin to start this.
yeah,
as,
okay. Kevin walks up
I
to
would
the
probably
bar.
start with, all right, listen up, you primitive screwheads.
Yeah, so Kevin walks up to the bar and he notices one of the people wearing like the leather, like the road leathers kind of thing. He says, "So, what superhero are you? That's a cool costume you got."
Just kind of looks at you and turns away and continues talking to his friend.
That's not very nice, mister.
He turns back. Do you want something?
Yes, where are we?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
You're at Oregon Lake.
Oregon Lake. How far away is that from the bridge?
Bridge? What are you talking about?
The bridge that we flew over?
What?
Man, I'm lost. Maybe I hit my head.
Yeah,
I
you
definitely
might be dehydrated or famished. You want a plate of eyes? I can order you one.
Plate of ice?
Yeah.
Do you guys eat ice?
Not exclusively. I mean, kidney and
So I'm
liver's
going to
good
walk
too.
up and slam this guy's head into the bar and try to just knock him out.
The various forms of negotiation.
You want like an exert roll or something?
Yeah, let's go with exert.
8.
Yeah, you grab him, slam his head, and he just comes back. You see his nose is all bloody. He's got blood on his hand, his face. He turns and looks at you, and he was like, "Hell yeah!"
That didn't go as expected.
Give this man a drink and a plate of eyes.
We're looking for either a power source or access to a vehicle. And we need information from one of you about where we can get one of those two things.
He blows a blood snot out of his nose. Yeah, power source. You can head down to the ruins down the road here. Probably get you a vehicle. The VOMEs have them.
And where can we find them?
You just stay on the road. You'll come across their little settlement they got.
What's their name?
The VOMEs.
How much did your bike cost? Can we take them?
You let this guy talk. And he points at Krieg like looking at Illumination Boy.
Frequently, yes, we do. In this particular case, it doesn't seem to be getting us anywhere.
He has lots of followers. You know.
Yes, I'm quite
Perhaps,
famous, but I can't show you.
Yeah, he is Com Network famous.
I don't know what that means.
Where do people live around here? We have not. We ran into this city, this porcelain prince.
He spits. He spits. He spits on the ground. A big blood splat. He's like, "Don't mention his name around here. Can't stand it."
Ah,
But his palace is sometimes up here, right?
I heard it's up north. Yeah.
How far did we drive after we saw the site where we were told it was? What was that cat guy's name?
Kime.
kind.
You've gone about 15 kilometers, so you've gone about 9 miles.
They see the porcelain. Why don't I mean, with that I am in agreement. The porcelain prince, let's say, did us wrong. What are your reasons for disliking him? Is this a shared sentiment among the folks here?
He doesn't share his powers equally. He just gives favor to those only wishes. Those that sit in the palace should should be the servant, should be the ruler of all of us, not just certain ones. The lake barely survives. I don't remember the last time it rained there.
Yes.
If we run out of eyes, what the hell am I going to eat?
There's a lake with eyes.
You passed it.
Oh, yes. That's what we could see. There were eyeballs. Gotcha. Was it full of eyes? Like, could we see into it?
We saw them harvesting eyes from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it was like a muddy lake.
Yep.
Okay.
So if they ever bring me that drink and the plate full of eyes, I would
Yeah, oh, yeah.
down the drink. I'm not touching the eyes.
Okay. You're not hungry?
Not even a little bit at the moment.
He looks
I
at
had
the
a
barkeep.
huge bag of ears on the way here.
Give me a talk roll.
Or
I know you're lying. You can't get ears out of the lake. Did you cut them off the nomads and eat them?
I will leave that to your imagination.
You'll be going from both ends if you're not careful.
It is good to keep in mind. May I try some of these?
Sure.
So I'll grab one and like smell it. Give it the old like precursory test. Like smell it, lick it.
Okay. Yeah.
Does it smell good?
It smells
smell
like
like anything?
formaldehyde. It smells like formaldehyde.
Ooh, delicious. Does it taste like formaldehyde?
It tastes like the fat, like the fat you cut off a steak, but when you get to the center, it's caramel.
Oh, I mean, I was licking the eye.
Okay, yeah, it tastes. It tastes. It's like it's very fatty, salty.
So then I'll start nibbling it.
Okay.
I'll start like nibbling it, like just on the edge. And then as I kind of, if it like taking small mouthfuls, like as it, kind of just testing the waters. And if it's good, then I'll take a bigger bite.
Yeah, you get to the caramel.
This isn't half bad. You should really give it a try.
Of course, Xavier. And I grab a handful and I start eating some.
Yeah, you taste like caramel, and then you got one that's like black licorice in the middle.
This one tastes sweet. I think I like eyeballs. I wonder what yours tastes like, Xavier. They
Don't
must be
give me
sweet.
ideas.
Must be as sweet as you.
They're probably disgusting, and I would never recommend trying it. If you try to eat my eyeballs, I will take your life. We may be friends, but that will not stop me from protecting my eyes.
Okay, that's fair.
Right.
I understand. How would you look upon me every day?
That is true. I could not.
And that would be very sad.
So it seems to me we have two possible things we can do. We can go check out the ruins that they mentioned and see if there's some sort of power source there that Skrillex can convert into something that can power the big hustling. Or we can simply go ahead and find this village and see if we can obtain a vehicle there that we can use to tow big hustling. My own preference would be to go to the ruins.
Or we could join a bike gang and get one of these bikes. Hey,
But
Krieg.
the bikes aren't going to be able to tow big hustling.
Well,
Yeah, I
we
would
can
rather we keep-
downsize.
Oh, I would rather be keeping
Big hustling. We put so much effort into building big hustling.
You know how many hustle points went into big hustling?
Yeah, a
So
lot.
bad.
You're right. Yeah.
Those are hustle points we're never getting back.
I mean, it's not like we could even pay for a vehicle when we get to that village. We'd have to just slaughter them all and take their whatever we wanted when we were done. And Kevin may have problems with that.
Probably. I am partial to checking out the ruins. We may find some interesting things there. And I'm sure Skrillex would be more than thrilled at the prospect of new gadgets and new parts.
So,
What can you tell us about? We saw. What'd you say?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. You go.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No. I didn't have anything to say. I was sort of just talking shit.
What can you tell us about? We saw this city up north, the Iron City. It was called.
Yeah,
What can you tell us about this Iron City?
it's not bad. So we stay there sometimes.
who is in charge of the city? Is does it fall under Porcelain Prince?
He spits on the ground again. No. Doesn't dare to go in there anymore. It's just us.
What do they make there? Presumably they make, we've seen lots of cast iron unicycles and bikes around, but do they do other things there? Or?
They make our vehicles. They make our bikes. Depends on what's on order, what's been programmed.
I see. Who is in charge of this Iron City?
Some ultra named the Borrower.
Do I know what an ultra is?
No, that's a term you've never heard before.
What is this ultra? I am unfamiliar.
What? It's just like a spirit, like Guess over here. He points to the bartender. He's an ultra.
Are you saying ultra or ultron?
Ultra.
Ultra. He is a spirit. There is no body inside there.
No.
So
what does the bartender
I would
look
go.
like?
He looks like he's in a. I mean, you haven't seen a face or anything. He looks like he's in a back suit, and the suit is just worn. There's holes and shit in it, and it's kind of torn. And like I said, the helmet's it's darkened, and there's a big hole where the visor would be. I mean, but you don't see a face. You haven't seen anything that would make him look human, like skin or anything like that.
Do ultras have feelings?
He reaches up and like slaps the
If-
bartender in the face, and kind of reels back and just kind of sits there, and he goes and gets another drink. I doubt it.
Interesting.
Oh, it's very
Are
rude,
these-
mister. I just say that under my breath. Don't worry, keep going. Sorry.
What? Well, I am intrigued. I have never come across such creatures before. Where did they come from? Do you know?
No, I'm not really interested.
It is fair.
So I'm going to
Would you
go up to
consider-
the bartender and use my survey scanner to see what he's made of.
Okay. Good question.
I mean, I assume he's just some beat to shit android.
So you get weird electromagnetic readings coming from him. They kind of spike and then go back down. They're spiking.
But nothing on what his body is made of. On whether he's a robot or a hollow suit or
You pick up some a hint of organic matter, but it's in a decayed state.
well, we're gonna have to dismantle him. I try to take the helmet off.
Okay. Give me an exert roll.
$13.
Yeah, you've ripped that thing right off, and you pull off the helmet, and there's kind of like a ripping sound. And you look inside the helmet. There's some kind of organic matter inside the helmet, and inside where the top of the head is, everything's like hollowed out.
Hmm.
It's kind of like dripping with some kind of ooze, and this sort of smoke starts to just come out of the top of his head and start to whirl into the room. Six. So,
My head. So go on.
so each of you give me a D6 roll.
Okay.
1.
Got a 6.
4.
Okay.
Say my headphones went out, or my in whatever you were describing.
First I scanned the bartender, and all I got was some vague electromagnetic reading and some organic matter. So then I said we'd have to dismantle him to see what he is, and I ripped the helmet off.
Yeah, and that's when my headphones cut out. Like
Oh.
after you
Then
ripped it
smoke
off.
came
Like
out.
whatever.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's just some sort of decaying ooze inside the helmet, and smoke started coming out.
So Zavir, give me a mental save.
All right, let's see how this goes. I passed it.
So the smoke like swirls around you, and you can feel it trying to enter your body. It's unable to, and then moves over to one of the other patrons there at the bar, and just goes like right inside him, like, and that guy just collapses to the ground. Meanwhile, the bartender now just sitting there, just kind of falls over, and it's just like there's ooze going everywhere, and it's decaying.
I'm gonna go over to the one that collapsed, and do a medical, check his vital signs, and see if there's anything I can do to heal him, or like if I can ascertain anything that's going on.
Yeah, all his readings are normal.
This looks like the origin stories of the Smoke superhero from Earth 616.
That one guy looks at you, Krieg. He's like, "Do you claim him? Is he part of your group?"
Yes.
Did you know the Smoke was defeated by Wolverine once? Very interesting.
He looks at you.
How would a Wolverine defeat Smoke?
Good. He just did it. He tricked him. Here, it's all in this comic.
The Smoke was outsmarted by a Wolverine. Must not have been very. I mean, I guess it's just Smoke.
Well, his gas form had a weakness to adamantium claws, so the gas lost. Well, the Smoke, sorry. He's a gassy Smoke. I think they were a little confused when they made him.
Gavin, it would be best if you stopped talking.
Okay.
We
So
can continue the story in the car.
That guy sits up, his eyes open, looks and stands up, gets back on the bar, and he eats another eyeball.
Are you feeling okay, sir?
Yeah, fine. What happened? A blackout or something?
Something from some essence from the bartender, some smoke just it went through your nostrils and you passed out.
Oh, what? He looks
Do
down.
you-
He looks over the bar. He's like, oh, what happened to him? Oh, you need some more drinks? And he gets up and walks behind the bar and he starts to get some more drinks and fill up the drinks. And he tries to move the body out of the way.
Is he dead?
Well, I mean, the bartender was mostly just slime inside a vac suit.
Yeah, he's leaving a big slime trail as he moves it out of the way and gets a towel out and starts wiping the bar down.
It seems the bartender is still has taken on another form. Is this
Well-
something that is this something that is completely alien to at least to Xavier? Or is this like is this so outlandish that Xavier wouldn't know what to do? Or is this like I've read it in an esoteric medical book once, maybe, outlandish?
My personal theory is that the smoke is probably some sort of cloud of nanites, some sort of nanotechnology that looked like smoke, but probably really wasn't. That was being contained inside that vac suit by the slime. And when I took the helmet off, it had to find some other form to take to continue to serve its role, which apparently is being a bartender, which is powerful technology being misused for such a trivial purpose.
Do you want to make a no roll?
I do. Nah, that is not a good roll. I'm going to use a hustle point to re-hustle my nose. Slightly better. It's a 5.
You have heard in some of you've heard about spirits, and you've heard that sometimes they will leave and go to other bodies, like possession, but it's kind of nobody really believes it. Some of these alternative medicine people claim that.
This is outside of what has been taught. I am, well,
Makes me all the
there's
more
much I should
interested.
think on.
Makes me all the more interested to go find those ruins, because it's likely whatever technology this is would have originated there or in some other nearby crash site.
I agree. Let's take our eyeballs in a doggy bag and head up to the ruins.
Yeah, the barkeep has almost anticipated your thought, and he's got like a styrofoam to-go plate ready.
You're muted.
Where are they manufacturing styrofoam?
Nowhere, they recycle it.
Thank you.
Right, they just reuse the containers over and over again. Either that or it's actually just cast iron.
Thank you. And you've been a great help.
Oh yeah, no, appreciate it. As he goes to shake your hand with his bloody hand.
A wave is fine. You have a mess on your hands. I wouldn't want to add mine to it.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck.
Bye.
He gives Krieg. He gives you a sympathetic look, like, yeah, we have a Kevin too.
Meanwhile, Skrillex has just been outside the whole time, waiting in the car.
Yeah, talking with Kime.
Time is also in the car, and
Yeah.
the window is not cracked.
Yep. There's a couple more hairballs in there now.
Kime is just dead from heat exhaustion.
All right. So where to?
We're gonna go to the ruins.
So yeah, and one of the things is when we get into the car, Xavier would tell Skrillex about it, and presumably Skrillex would be excited at the prospect of new things to salvage. So I'm sure he would drive extra fast and to get there.
Okay.
So he may get there and discover it's just filled with undead and ghosts, and then be less excited.
Because the guy, he said that there were VOMEs there, VOMES.
Right. I thought he said that there was we might be able to get a vehicle from the VOMEs,
Right.
and then there was the ruins where we might be able to get technology.
I think that was
Or
the same place.
Are there VOMEs at the ruins?
Yeah, the VOMEs are at the ruins.
Oh, so we're not going to be able to get technology. We're just going to be able to maybe get a vehicle. Not real technology, just like tech level 3 bullshit.
So,
Yeah,
better
back
than
at the
free choosers.
Lock and load. We'll have to slaughter them all and take their vehicles.
yeah, he said that the borrower was the one that ran the Iron City, and he was
Right.
an ultra like the bartender. Okay. So you proceed down the Ultraviolet Road,
Yep.
leaving this place behind. And as you head down the road, off in the distance, you can see that there are ruins of old buildings that have collapsed. And you have to drive off the Ultraviolet Road to get there. They're about 2 kilometers away.
All right.
So you take Big Hustling down kind of off road. It's a little bit bumpy, but nothing that the vehicle can't handle. And you approach these old stone buildings that have collapsed. There appears to be no one here currently.
Are there any uncollapsed structures?
No, the closest, there's one that has 3 sides, and that's about it.
It's very eerily quiet. It's probably going to be ambushed or something. Keep on guard.
Yeah, I reach across Skrillex to just start hitting the horn. If they're going to ambush us, I hate waiting.
A human comes out in like shorts without a shirt and sandals and comes running towards the vehicle.
Lean my head out and say, we need to get a vehicle. Who would have a vehicle that we could, trade for?
He looks and, oh, you have one.
We need another one.
What do you have to offer?
Do you have a vehicle? Because I don't want to pre-negotiate with you and then negotiate with the next guy.
We have technology.
That's very
What kind of
vague.
technology?
He thinks for a minute. One that will run the road.
Fine, you can see the sort of vehicle we already have. We would like to see the sorts of vehicles you have.
He scampers back behind one of the buildings. A vehicle comes out behind one of the buildings. It's got open back and open front with a steering wheel, and it's got these. They look like solar panels on the side.
Looks like, or are they?
I mean, they look like solar panels.
Would Skrillex know if they are?
That Skrillex knows there's some kind of technology for picking up some sort of either solar or radiation to power them.
Do they look like they're detachable? Because I wouldn't trust us to have solar panels exposed to every attack that comes in.
So he is like behind the wheel.
So how big does this vehicle look like it would have the capacity to tow Big Hustlin'?
Yeah, I would say so.
How big is it?
It's not as wide as your vehicle, but it's longer.
Okay. Well, we found the vehicle. What are we going to trade?
So the good news is we found our vehicle. The bad news is killing this guy's going to be really hard without damaging those solar panels.
We're killing
Let's get him out
someone?
of the vehicle.
Well, we don't have anything to trade, so he's probably not just going to give us the vehicle. We can always threaten him and see carjack him. So that might leave us with people on our tail the whole time, which is less than ideal. Better that there are no witnesses.
What the hell?
Glad you're back with us, Kevin. Now go out there and tell him either he gives us the car or he dies.
No. I would not. That's evil. You
Well,
sound like a supervillain, Krieg.
we are doing it to save our settlement.
Oh, that is important. So why can't this car go? Skrillex?
Well, our car's going to run out. We are apparently days away from the bridge that will get us within like 6 hours of the settlement. But we've only got, probably 12 hours worth of battery left.
So why don't we just get a battery? Do they take space bucks?
They do not. And they do not
Oh.
have batteries because they're primitives.
Oh.
These things run on chemical reactions.
Hmm. Yes, I don't know.
Fine, I'll do it. I get out of the car and walk up to the other vehicle. And walk around it, like looking it over, seeing if there's any sort of obvious flaw with it.
Okay.
So what sort of fuel does this run on?
Energy from the sky.
So solar power then. That's convenient. So here's the deal that we're prepared to make. You give us this vehicle or we will kill you mercilessly, slowly. Kevin in particular really wants you dead, but I told him no, that we need this for an important reason, but there's no reason to take the poor man's life. So out of the car, and I reach in to grab him.
He does not resist. And you just yank him out of the vehicle. You realize he's like skin and bones.
And then I yell for those two to bring me, or for Skrillex to bring me the nets so that we can tie this car to the big hustling and tow it.
So we'll pull out the nets and bring them over and start helping affix them.
Lash the two cars together.
Okay.
And I will, occasionally suspiciously eye Kevin as I step in to defend this poor man.
So
In case Kevin just goes crazy, goes postal all of a sudden.
we'll eventually we'll bring the car back eventually. We've just got to go save a bunch of people. It's for the greater good.
He just looks terrified.
Here, we do not have much, but you look like you could use these. I got them from the bar down the road, and I hand him the bag of the plate of eyeballs.
Yeah, he scarfs them down so fast, and then begins gnawing on the styrofoam.
Yes. Here, just take this as well, and I'll hand him a day's worth of rations. This guy's sitting in this thing. He's just got his car carjacked.
He starts eating that too, as fast.
You could
as
say
he
that
can.
we're just giving him food as payment. that's supposed to last the whole day, so you might want to space it out. What do you eat out here anyway?
Whatever I can. You can see like his teeth are whittled down to nothing. And he looks around and like panicked for a second and then just starts running.
He may go and get friends if he
Bye.
has friends.
Maybe you should just get him, Craig. I mean, what kind of life is that?
That's true. I need you to distract Kevin for me.
He's living a free life. That's what he's doing. I think. I think that's what he's doing. Bye.
All right, everybody give me a D8 roll.
Seven.
8.
5.
All right. So Krieg, as you notice, he is running away. Stepping out from one of these buildings is, it just looks like a gray humanoid form that doesn't look like it has a mouth or eyes or anything. It's completely gray. Like it's wearing some kind of suit.
It's in the same direction as he's running.
You know, he's running off like away from the ruins now, like almost towards the road. And this thing just kind of steps out from where the ruins are, watching, and is standing there.
Have we tied the two vehicles together yet?
Yeah. You've been working on that.
Then I assume our vehicle, the Big Hustlin, has some equivalent of neutral. So tell Skrillex to put it in neutral and then have him start driving the new car away.
All right. Zavir.
Yes.
Are you going to, you've seen this individual step out from the ruins.
Does he look threatening?
No, they're just standing there, arms down.
Yep, so that's fine.
Yeah.
We're not that homicidal that it's like standing there looking gray. Kill him.
I haven't gone full murder hobo, just partial. So is this? So yeah, I guess if this isn't, Xavier would just be inclined to just get into the car and the new car if there's room, or if there's not room. Just get into Big Hustlin' and just be towed.
Okay. Illumination Boy.
I would just wave to the grey figure and follow Zavir into whatever car she's going into.
Okay. The gray figure reaches its hand, points its hand out in the direction of the person that's running away. And some kind of light energy goes streaking towards it and strikes him. And he just collapses to the ground in a big poof of dust. And you can see like sparks and smoke, and then emerging is like some kind of creature. It looks like the one-horned ox that you saw before, kind of stands up and looks around and runs and starts to charge Big Hustlin'.
Skrillex, you get step on it.
Your Skrillex looks and just starts pressing on the gas. Krieg.
Hmm. In the car with Skrillex.
Okay. Zavir.
So how many seats are in the new car? Is there enough for all of us?
It could fit in the new car. There's 6. There's a bench seat in the front and bench seat in the back. It fits 6.
So I guess I would be saying the bench seat in the back, and I'd pull out my laser pistol and attempt to shoot this charging creature.
Okay.
It's a 9.
You fire it just misses and goes off into the distance, into the middle distance.
Damn it.
Illumination Boy.
That looks like a supervillain with that lightning. But are we driving at this point?
Yeah, you guys are rolling down the road, and there's this big ox thing that's about charging at Big Hustlin'.
Is it faster than us?
Yeah.
It can keep up. Is it faster? It can keep up at your speed. I wouldn't say you guys are at max speed because you're towing something, but it can keep up at this point.
Oh boy. If it goes to like hit the vehicle, I'm gonna shoot at it with my gun. So like I put my hand out the window and I'm like trying to aim a shot. I don't normally use this gun. It's called the last resort. So
Okay, go ahead and shoot it as it gets close.
okay.
It looks like it's going to ram it.
Oh boy. All right, let's roll. It's just a D20, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bang, and then add the bits. Oh boy, I realize I'm not very good at shoot. That's a 7.
You fire. It goes off into the distance somewhere.
Oh, my ears. It's so loud, this gun. I don't even like it. Why I still carry it?
So who is in Big Hustlin'? I guess who is in the other vehicle? Is just Krieg? Or is anybody?
I think we all we were all in the main vehicle. Right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how many seats were in the new vehicle. And if there weren't enough seats, like if it was like a 2-seater, then we'd go in Big Hustlin'. But since it's a 6-seater, we'd all be in there.
All right. Let's see here. So is anybody sitting near? I guess I would have to know where everybody was sitting.
Right. Assuming the driver's seat is on the left.
Right.
I'm sitting on the passenger side on the right.
Okay. And Illumination Boy, I would assume, is on the left behind the driver since he just shot.
Yeah, okay.
Is Australia, do they drive on the left or right?
They drive on the right. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, on the right. Yeah, on the right.
Okay. Wow, no wonder why you get all these tickets.
I have a motorbike. I don't normally drive.
So it's like the same side as New Zealand?
Yeah, exact same side as New Zealand, yeah. And they
Okay.
drive on the same side as them as well, yeah. Like on the same side of the road as New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So, but you said you have a motorbike, so it's like, is on Australia like motorbikes can just go wherever they want? Is that what you're saying? It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, we just slip through everywhere, you know, just go wherever you want. Wrong side of the road. You're like not even a car wide, you'll be fine.
Just bob and weave.
I'm assuming
I
a
am
12.
picturing Brendan saying, like, I'm a leaf on the wind. As he drives through oncoming traffic.
I'm going to assume a 12 doesn't hit you, Illumination Boy.
A 12. Let's have a look. I gotta remember where my AC is. I haven't looked at this page in forever. 12. You said 12?
Mm-hmm.
It does not hit. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Thank you. Secure clothing. That's what I was looking for.
So it rams this thing with its big horn and does not puncture Big Hustlin', just scrapes it on the side, going big scratch right down the side of it.
Oh no. How are you gonna get that one out, Skrillex?
Oh, it's right alongside Big Hustlin' then?
Yep. Yeah, you guys are driving. It came from the side and tried to ram you, and then.
So are we doing initiative, or is it just our turn now?
It's still initiative. So you're back. It's up to you.
Oh, is that's the D8 we were rolling?
Yeah.
So I am going to commit effort so that I can walk out onto the roof of this new car we're driving.
Cool.
And stick there. And then focus my telekinetic power and say Shards of Jagger's Wrath, and then fire at it.
All right.
17 to hit.
Yeah.
17 damage.
Yeah, you blast it, and chunks of it come off, revealing some of its rib cage. Zavir.
Xavier is going to try to shoot it again.
Okay.
One of these days I'll hit. It's a 10.
You will get a bonus. You get advantage because it's like right there. So I mean, granted, the vehicle is moving, so it's not point blank, but you know.
A 20.
Not natural.
That's actually a net. That is a natural.
Okay.
Nice.
Roll damage.
5.
Is that double?
Yeah. Is that how we're rolling? That's how we're doing nats.
Yeah, you just whatever it is, roll it twice.
All right. So yeah, it'd be 10 damage total.
Okay. So
I'd aim for the exposed ribs.
Yeah, tell me how it dies.
So after seeing the gash that Krieg left in. I could see that this thing kind of swerved a little bit inwards, and I was able to place a shot into the same gash, and it burst through the other side. And the creature heaves and haws, is like a big gasp for air as it kind of tumbles down. Horn sticking into the dirt.
So as it just lays there, it
And
sort
I
of.
imagine.
Go ahead.
Go on.
No, that's fine.
I was gonna say, I just imagined that we'd probably keep going.
You watch it as you see the original person you saw before, kind of emerge out of the body, like half transformed, and then changes back, goes through like a couple different transformations until it finally just becomes a big puddle that just kind of like smolders onto the ground and just kind of like gets absorbed into the dirt.
So it the whole thing transformed back into the body, and then to a couple other things. And then
it was kind of like him merged with the creature a couple times. Like, you'd see like his head, and then its torso, and then maybe it's the creature's head, and like his arm sticking out, and then the leg, and then it just kind of finally just goes down and just absorbed into the ground.
Thank you, Xavier. You saved us.
Illumination Boy, you're up.
The beast is dead, and there's nothing else. So I use my turn to hug Xavier.
Xavier holds out her hand, or
oh no, I thought I was fast enough.
To keep you at arm's length.
Yeah, Illumination Boy is already wrapped around your leg.
But I guess she would hold it out, but if you pushed into it, she'd kind of acquiesce and let you hug her. Do I have to make a Constitution saving throw?
For your stick. Hang on, sorry.
It's a physical save or a mental save?
Evasion.
Yeah, all three.
All three.
Sorry, there's just a big ass plane flying past my place.
So I'm just looking back, waiting to see if that gray guy's doing anything else.
Watch out for those chemtrails. Let's see. His turn. You're outside the vehicle, right, Krieg?
Yep, I'm on the roof.
I can't remember. Do you think Big Hustlin' has a spoiler?
I don't recall it having one. I know it had that electro bumper on the front.
Yeah.
And had like a rear facing external seat for Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it'd have a spoiler, because it'd have to be like at the top, like on the roof. It'd be a bit weird.
I'm checking really quick. I think we talked about giving it a spoiler.
I just figured, well, we have like this tail gunner seat that Kevin was in.
Yeah.
So I feel like it probably wouldn't have had one.
Yeah. I think we talked about it, but I think we decided against it.
Yeah, didn't Josh draw a picture or something of it? I can't remember.
You might have. Let's see. Brendan, give me a D4 roll.
Okay. D4. Bang. Number 4.
So the gray figure reaches its hand out again and fires the same kind of burst of energy that strikes the net.
The net that's between the two vehicles, and he's way behind us.
Yes,
Wow.
So did it curve in the air to get to it?
may have.
The lightning arc, it's all wavy.
And the net begins to transform.
I'm going to shoot the gray guy.
Okay.
17 to hit.
Yep.
8 damage.
You can see like a mark where you have struck him. Give me a D8 roll.
1.
Yeah, you strike him in the head. He rears back. The net begins to like transform into some kind of like octopus type of thing with all these tendrils.
Is that both nets? Because there were 2 nets.
Just one of the nets. It begins to move over to Big Hustlin. Zavir.
Does this octopus thing have like a head?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to shoot it.
All right.
It's a 5. Presumably don't hit.
Illumination Boy.
Is it like close to us? Can I like reach out the window and whack it with a stun button?
Sure.
Cool. So I smack my stun buttons together and turn one off like almost immediately because I only need one. And I reach around and try and like just like probe this octopus with the stun button.
Go for it.
Cool. I got a 18.
All right.
Let's get some damage in there. 6 plus 2. And that's 8. That's max damage.
So you just haul off and whack at one.
Yeah. Yeah. Just buzz.
Yeah.
Give it
You were probing it, right? So I
Yeah.
I
that's
just
a
sort
very
of like
successful
imagine me like like pushing it into it, Zzz.
A couple of the tendrils go limp.
Success.
Let's see. It will attempt to hit you.
No, I'm gonna die.
Oh, it's only 4. So 15.
That's a hit.
All right. You take 5 damage as 2 of its tendrils reach out and smack you.
Oh, I'm barely hanging on.
Give me 2 physical saves.
Oh boy, is this the same shit? I'm gonna get thrown off a bridge and die.
By the way, Kevin is 2nd level, right?
Now he hasn't leveled up yet. So he
Haven't
needs
leveled
to.
up.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna cop it. Yeah. All right. Physical saves. Save 1. Didn't save the second.
So the second one you say.
Second one I failed. Yeah.
Okay.
First one I saved.
Give me a D8 roll.
Okay. D8. Number 2.
So as this tendril reaches out and hits you like on the chest, you can feel a pain, like stinging. And then it's got 2 more, and Krieg should be nearby, I would
I'm
assume.
cursed.
I'm on the roof. of the lead vehicle.
Okay. It will reach out and try to hit you. Not with a 13.
Nope.
But with a 23, yes. So give me a physical save.
Failed.
D8 roll.
Two.
Yeah, again, you're hit in the chest. You take 4 damage.
Boy.
And it's got 2 other tendrils, but they don't seem to work as they've been stunned by the stun batons.
Yeah.
Battens, excuse me.
That's right.
Krieg, you're up.
So I am going to. This is what I was, at least how I picture it going in Krieg's head. He runs to the back of the car as his telekinetic sword forms in his hand. He then leaps to Big Hustlin as he swipes at the thing with his sword.
Good.
So do an exert roll for the jump.
Sure.
That's an 8.
Good to go.
And then the attack. Ugh, just an 11 to hit.
It just misses him. The jump was good though.
So now I'm on Big Hustlin, defending it from this thing as you said it was trying to crawl back, but then it spent its time attacking us in the front car.
It's kind of stretched out between the 2 of them. Zavir.
Zavir's gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
forgot.
shoot.
Because if it has an AC less than 13 or equal to 13, then I
Yep.
do
Shock
4
damage.
shock damage
Okay, it takes the shock damage.
because it's just so stunned that I did this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm still gonna try to shoot this thing. And it's a 13, which I know hits.
Yes,
His
it does.
His AC is less.
It's 13.
So it does 5 damage.
Nice. You see another tendril go limp. It's down to 2 as Krieg has taken out 1 and you've taken out 1. Illumination Boy.
I hold my chest and look at Zavir and I'll be like, I've been mortally wounded, though I need to save everybody. And I hit like the switch on my mask and I say it's time for the illumination, and the whole car like just lights up and I'm using like the light within ability, and out the back of the car, like where I can see the octopus, I just blast rays of like light into the attempt to into the octopus.
All right. Does he have
Also
to make
the
a save or are you roll to attack?
I have to roll to attack, yeah.
All right.
And that's a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And I do max damage, which is an 8.
That's just enough. How does it describe this, the destruction of the octopus?
Oh, okay. So the light sort of like pierces into its body and you start to see like the light inside of it like grow. Eventually parts of it start, like the outside of it starts to like dissolve a little bit, but then it just explodes into like an ichor all over the place, all over the car, all over Krieg as well. That'd be funny to watch. And that's pretty much it. And the inside of the car is still beaming with light. Like there's 20-meter light radius of bright light inside the car.
Yeah. Strelix is pissed because he's having a hard time seeing.
He's like, "Where's my glasses?"
He has to cover up the rear view mirror.
All right. So the octopus dissolves, and you can see pieces of it transform. So Krieg, you got pieces of it on you as you're like watching it, like literally change in front of you, like small little pieces. It looks like pieces of the net and pieces of the octopus are like changing, and then eventually just kind of dissolves, and it's just like nothing. It vanishes.
So I'm going to turn with my sword still sort of hovering in front of me, and then it begins to contract into a ball, which I shoot out at the gray guy.
Okay.
Ah, damn. 7 to hit, so I miss. That's a nat 1.
You got a hustle point, eh?
That's true. I'll use a hustle point. 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
6 damage.
Give me a D8 roll.
4.
So this time you strike it in the chest. He kind of reels back and then steps away and then steps back behind one of the buildings, is out of sight. As you guys drive and make it to the beginning of back onto the Ultraviolet Road with one cargo net attached to the new vehicle.
So I'll begin to pick bits of the octopus and rope off of me.
Yeah, as you pick it up, it just kind of like dissolves to nothing and just kind of it vanishes.
And then I'm just going to get into big hustling since I'm already back here.
Okay.
Wow, that was a very heroic Krieg.
I'm in a different car than you now.
Yeah.
Oh no! I just wave at him through the back window then. And I get like thumbs up. Yeah.
You are hurt.
Yes, I've been mortally wounded, but it's okay, I think. And then I like sort of like is there like a puncture wound or like what like is it just a shock? Was it you said?
Yeah, when you go to examine the wound, you open it up and you realize that where you've been struck is now a bunch of feathers,
What?
and they look
Have you
part
seen
of
this
you.
before,
Like
Xavier?
it looks like it's just like growing right there where you were hit.
I've got feathers, Xavier. Can you help me?
Is this
I want
something that
feathers.
I could heal? Or did I could, because I guess I equate like psychic succor or succor to kind of be like the equivalent of like kind of like you know, it heals some things, like it can heal hit points, but like is this something that like I could attempt to heal?
Yeah, I mean, I could. I'd give you. I could give you a roll. You can heal the HP, so that you're not rolling for that. You're rolling to see if you can sort of fix this weird growth he's got. Unless he wants it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Kevin's into.
I don't know about feathers. In a weird like one spot like
But actually, it does say that psychic succor can fix congenital deformities.
Oh, nice.
It seems they've thought of that. So yeah, what am I rolling? Like a heal check?
Yeah, you could do that, or your whatever the psychic power is.
Well, it's not like it's just like I'm just healing hit points with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
just
not
do,
like
yeah.
a-
I can do it. Yeah, you can do a heal check.
Okay. 9. That's pretty good.
You're an expert, Xavier. All those years of training have been paying off.
See, how many hit points did you lose?
5.
What does heal do? Do we establish that? Is it D? I want to say D6. Or
It's
D,
ooh, I have to update my so for level 2, which I am, see, wait, did I throw as a level 1? So which I am, because I hold 2d6 plus 2. For him, that would be I rolled it, it'd be 8, 9, 10. It'd be 10 hit points would be healed.
Whoa.
yeah, you got all your HP back.
Woo. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to mention you in my next stream. You get more followers as well.
So the
I'm-
feathers you kind of remove them and realize they're part of his skin, his body now, and he has like just a patch there where it's will hopefully heal back and it would be regular skin.
You made your these. It looks okay now. Watch it over the next few days. If you start growing feathers again, let me know.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Xavier. And then again, I try to hug you.
Your thanks are payment enough.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And I guess I wouldn't mind a shout out on your next stream.
Yes, I can do that. Nice. So we're on the road, and there's no gray guy shooting more lasers at us or lightning
No.
at us.
No, he's not.
Nice.
Skrillex stops the vehicle to make sure everything is secure because now there's only one net. And checks any damage, especially now that there's a
You're
big
muted,
scratch.
Kurt.
Gonna say then I would check the damage on the big hustling.
It's just got some scratch. Nothing that can't be buffed out.
Mhm.
Anything else you're gonna do while you're stopped? Just keep moving.
Keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
That'll.
Now that we
Xavier
stopped,
wasted a perfectly good plate of eyes.
Yeah, they were nice.
and a day's of rations. A day's worth of rations.
Oh well, it was payment, for the car.
So then when we stopped, is Krieg like? Did he get back into big hustling, or did he come back in the main car?
I guess thinking about it, tactically, he would probably get in big hustling because he realizes we left it without anyone there to defend it.
Mm.
Makes sense.
Plus,
Just did.
fewer Kevins.
Is the cat? Is there a cat person in the car? Is that what you guys were talking about before?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
The cat lord is in there trying to get a nap.
Cat person, yeah. Are they in the new car or Big Hustling?
Big hustling.
There you go.
He was just in here naked.
You can hang out with the hairballs.
Kaim is demanding pets.
Yeah.
It's like it's human size, but it's like still awkwardly trying to like curl up on your lap.
Oh boy. Is it like a cat person, as in like just wears like a headband with cat ears on?
No, it's like half cat,
Okay.
half man.
All right.
All right. So you travel about another 10K, probably 6 miles, and you come up to a like a I guess it would be urban, like a small city right here that's right on the road with buildings that actually have four sides and a roof, and not just one that's leaning.
Okay.
They look kind of like residential homes. They're made of some kind of stone or mud or something.
Well, is it like is it like nighttime or is it like middle of the day?
No, it's constantly twilight.
Constantly twilight. Gotcha.
As we approach, do any of the buildings have signs or markings to indicate what a particular building might be?
You catch the symbols, and they look like either the face or the outline of the porcelain prince.
So I turned to Kevin. This is the this looks like the porcelain prince. These symbols.
Is he a
He
good
is
guy?
he is the one who attacked our camp, the Sindum camp.
He's a villain. Was that
Yes,
his palace then, above the camp?
it was.
Oh my gosh.
We were in it. We went to seek an alliance with this porcelain prince, and he ended up. And then this is how he repaid that alliance.
Gosh.
No, wait. Did you see who was attacking the camp, or his just the palace was above it?
It was above it.
Hmm.
This hovered menacingly. We couldn't fly up to it either.
I saw a vision that of our camp in flames. I was afraid that had already occurred, but it seems like that could be a possibility.
Yes, I didn't see it after I left. It could be in flames. What a villain. We must stop him.
It is also possible because the future is never known. It is also possible that it is a path, depending on how his reception is, or the actions taken by Markwar, those within the camp. It is
Interest?
so perhaps these porcelain prince is in earnest attempting to talk, and someone in that version of events, someone in the camp does something to piss him off.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how. If we can't fly up to him, maybe they shoot at him or something. Who knows? You might know, though. I trust your judgment. Or your visions, the view.
I only pray that they do not do something stupid.
Hmm.
Something that leads to have them be eradicated. Then we are stuck with in this place with little hope of getting off.
Well, you know Markwell, he's a very intelligent general. Definitely won't try to shoot at it, I'm sure.
Yes.
Markwell will definitely shoot at this giant palace in the sky, won't he?
Who knows? So as you roll through this town, this like residential 2-lane road through these homes, nobody is outside. They're all like 1-story. There's no vehicles. There's a few fences that have some of these horned creatures in them, and you catch a couple hairless monkeys running around in somebody's yard. And you come up to a rotary or roundabout or whatever you call it in your place in the world. And there's a large statue in the center. It looks like the porcelain prince standing there with his hands up like this.
Of course.
And you can see that there's about a dozen people around this statue that probably stands 8 meters tall.
Pretty big.
What are these people? What do they appear to be dressed like the nomads?
No,
Are they
just
cat
have,
lords?
no, they're not cat lords. They have just dusty beige clothing, pants, jackets, cloaks. And they all are around this statue in some kind of worship ceremony.
Is there anyone like heading the ceremony, or is it like just a bunch of people like bums in the sky and
Yeah.
bowing down? Like,
There appears to be a person in charge, yes.
okay. Did we go and ask that guy for directions?
Well,
Krieg, and I get Krieg on the radio. Hey Krieg, should we stop?
you're
Why
unmuted.
would we stop?
Yeah, why would we stop? I was considering whether or not to kill these people or at least shoot that statue in the dick.
Well, do we
These
know
are the
where we're
enemy.
going?
These are the people who are attacking our settlement. Maybe even right now.
That's fair.
We do have directions. We just keep
Okay.
following the road. I don't know. Keep going south, and the bridge we should hit it.
Easy. Alright, so bye people.
So as you
I
go
wait for
around the
people to
rotary,
go past.
Should consider whether or not we can disguise Big Hustlin to look like one of the indigenous pieces of shit. So that way when we approach the bridge, maybe they won't recognize it and fire at us.
so as you go around the rotary, so the statue behind the statue now and the people worshiping, the Ultraviolet Road heads north. Excuse me, heads south. And there is a barricade set up with 4 people standing there flagging you down, try to get you to stop.
How are they dressed? Are they similar to the people, like the town folk that we just saw?
These ones actually are holding like some kind of spear.
Think we should roll through. Tell them the brakes don't work.
Blocking the road is a cart. It looks like they've loaded with something, and that's what they've got blocking the road.
Does it look like we'd be able to drive around it?
You could drive around it, but you'd be going up you would have to go around. It'd be difficult terrain. There's a chance that you could bottom out or damage the vehicle.
So I guess I would ask Skrillex, like, as he's nearing the cart, to like slow down to try to see if we can get like a good look of what they have it loaded up in it.
So as you approach this cart, you can see it's loaded with like stones and rock.
Oh.
Well, cannot ram into that. So I turn to Kevin and also have the radio is like, well, I suppose we could start talking to them. And if they will not move their cart, then blast them and we'll move it ourselves.
I understand.
Hey, you! As we move forward, as we kind of are creeping closer. What are you doing? Get this cart out of the road.
He does the classic turnaround, like,
yeah, you. This road is for driving, not for sitting in cars.
Who are you?
I am Xavier. Who are you?
We know Xavier. We require payment. This is toll road now. Courtesy of the Porcelain Prince.
Is that so?
Yes, it is.
Over the radio, I tell Xavier, ask him which of his companions is the most annoying.
Which one of your companions is the most vexing to you?
Yeah, he takes he points over to like somebody at the very end who's standing there picking his nose.
I shoot that one. 13 to hit.
Yes, it's a hit.
3 damage, though.
Give me a D8 roll.
6.
You blast him and hit him right in the picking finger.
Then I radio back. Tell him there's his payment.
That is our offer of payment.
They get a chuckle, and they push the cart out of the way for you to pass.
It is most appreciated. Good luck on your shakedowns.
Yes. Good luck to you. And you head out of the town.
Wow. Krieg, that was amazing. How'd you do that?
Just pure expertise.
Yeah, expert negotiator.
I don't know how he got his abs to be so powerful. There must be few people in this universe that can use their abs in such a manner.
So as you move another few K down the road, you see in the distance a forest. First time you have seen any kind of, you would say, trees. And you begin to see vendors along the side of the road selling some kind of, they look like cuts of meat or something.
More questionable meat.
What are they? Human vendors?
Yeah, they look human.
Yeah, they vend humans.
Yeah.
Are the trees? What color are the trees? Are they like? Because we ran into trees on the way to the porcelain plants that were like that had the orange lichen and they were purple. They were lavender.
Yeah, as you get close, the trees look like red. They have like a red color to them, and they look like they pulse. The leaves are black.
So I'd ask Skrillex to kind of slow down, and I'd like yell out the window to one of the vendors. Good day. What is it that you are selling? What is this? What is these trees? Is that meat?
Yeah, you're about to enter the forest of meat.
What?
Forest of meat?
I got the prime cuts here if you'd like some. I wouldn't suggest going in there on your own. You got to know
why
what to
not?
look for.
What happens if you don't know what to look for?
You could get sick. Or one of the shrubs may just suck you in.
This is beyond me.
What do you suggest for navigating this meaty forest?
You could go around it to the east. It's only a couple, 3 days, as opposed to a few hours.
Oh, we haven't got a few days. It's an emergency.
Are you low on food? I have some prime cuts. He
I
holds up
wouldn't-
like a big piece, and you see the blood just dripping off of it.
Ah,
I wouldn't be opposed to trying it. Do you have some that is cooked?
Why would it be so barbaric? You sound like some of those barbarians I've heard down south. The ones that ride bikes.
Oh, we are not so uncouth as that. You, sir, are trying to insult me. His abs may take offense to that, and I just kind of gesture back that way.
Yeah, he looks over at. Are your abs exposed for him to look at?
I'm just sitting in the car. I don't know what he's talking to this guy about. So
Yeah, he's
probably not.
yeah.
Picking my nose.
Remember what happened to the last guy that was doing that?
Is there is it possible to hire a guide?
Yeah, I could take you through there.
Very good. We do not have a few days to circumvent the forest. What can we offer in return?
What do you have? What do you have good to trade? He comes out from his little cart of fresh meats and walks over to the car, to the vehicle. Looks.
Well, I could heal you. I can provide any. I am a skilled healer, so I can, of course, address any long-standing issues. Apparently, I can heal congenital defects as well. So, if you have any warts or unsightly moles, I can remove those.
Why? I am friends with. They are familiar. They are friends to me.
Yeah, to each their own.
I have a very rare, one only made, last resort revolver, and I like from outside of my underwear. I pull it out of my underwear and say, "It suits really straight. It's really good.
There's no.
I'm willing to trade this.
No need for weapons.
You may need them just in case someone tries to steal your meat."
You know what? The best defense is if someone's trying to steal your meat.
What?
Use your meat.
So the meat's a weapon?
He walks over and grabs a big slab and holds it in his hand. Oh yeah.
Can you throw it far? Because this can shoot really far.
This is I get up close.
Ugh.
I just slap my meat on him.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't want to mess with these guys. They mean business. Hashtag Pornhub.
Wow, what a great big meat you have.
So,
Well, if you do not desire weapons, what can we have? What is something you are looking for?
I always use spices.
Where do you find? Are they in the forest? Are the spices in there?
No. That's forest of meat, not forest of spices.
Oh. There's a forest of spices? Do we have
No,
to
that's
navigate through that as
ridiculous.
well? Oh.
You know, I think I'm going to invoke. I'm going to commit a action or commit an effort to the scene. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to commit effort to the scene to use my sense the need precognition. So at some point, I had a vague but intense premonition that something would be needed. So back when we were at camp, I would have had a really intense premonition as I was walking past like the salt and pepper shakers that we would need salt and pepper.
And a meat tenderizer.
And yeah, probably a meat tenderizer as well. It would have been like as kind of walking through, you know, I would have stopped in the mess hall and like looked for things to like grab on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I would have kind of.
Okay.
So I would presume I would have grabbed one salt and one pepper shaker.
Are they
So
the
I
grindy
pulled them
ones or
up.
just the regular like restaurant?
Shaker.
I'd imagine that Sindum isn't so fancy to have grinding salt and pepper shakers for their just general troops. I bet Marquard's got those in his cat.
Got like
So.
special rock salt. It's like blue.
You hand it to him.
Here are some spices. that you
Perfect.
can use.
It's like you knew this would happen.
It is a skill of mine. Sometimes you know these things.
Wow.
Yes. And I pull out from my pocket a meat tenderizer. So I hand it to him. Your meat looks pretty tender, but just in case you get something that is extra, you get a harvest that is extra tough,
Mm.
you can use this to beat some sense into it.
Yeah, this will work well. I can. He reaches into his apron pocket and pulls out. Looks like a femur. It's like this is sometimes this doesn't do the trick.
Yes. That I could see that. Well, you are in luck.
So there are bones in the trees as well?
No, they're
Oh.
boneless.
Oh. Oh, that's fortunate, I guess. Maybe you can tell us about all the different kinds of meats in the forest here on our ride together.
I would be interested in hearing in great detail about the various meats.
All the different cuts. Yeah.
This is where McDonald's gets all its boneless McRibs.
Yeah, that's how it all started.
From the forest of meat.
And as he goes and grabs his cart and hooks it on the back of the vehicle that you were towing,
We got a convoy.
with his apron, he walks over and gets into the driver's passenger seat. And this is probably a good place to stop right here. As you're about to
I
enter
did-
the forest of meat.
For a moment, I was contemplating, was like, what would I do? What would I do about going, preparing to go into a forest of meat? And then I had like a moment where I'm like, I am sitting here contemplating on this very strange subject. Very, very strange.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Yes. Forest of Meat brought to you by the Ultraviolet Grasslands. That is actually a place.
Wow. And then,
Just down the road from the Lake of Eyes.
yeah, the Lake of Eyes, yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
lakes
was.
have eyes.
Yeah, some of the ideas from that lake were from there too. Yeah.
Fire.
Nice.
That's cool.
Talk to you
Thanks,
later.
Kurt. Appreciate
See
it.
ya. Thanks for coming.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah,
See you guys.
I'll bounce too. I'll see you guys.
All right.